Hello everyone, welcome back to Hi-Fi Tech and Entertainment channel, the place where we explore all the things related to the Fiori. So today we are diving into a topic of using GitHub in SAP Business Application Studio. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of upcoming videos. So now let's get started. In this video, I will show you how to deploy the application in GitHub and how to configure the things, how to initialize the GitHub repository, and how to give commits and connect to the remote repository, and also how to resolve the conflicts and how to see the viewing history of the Git project. So before going to configure the Git repository, first we'll create a new application, then we will deploy it in the Git. For that, go to File, within that new project from template. Here I will choose in Fiori application. Then we have to choose the Fiori type. I'm choosing basic, then data source. Here I'm not binding any data source currently. So I'm choosing none. Then we have to select the entity selection, the view name, next module name. This module name is nothing but project name, as I discussed with you in last videos. So this one what I will give is Git app. So remaining things as usual I'm maintaining. So I'm changing the project path. Okay, let me add it here itself. No, then here what I will do is I will deploy this application to my cloud for so that I can add deployment configuration. Then click next. Then once you select the deployment, yes, here we have to choose the target platform. So here I want to deploy my application to the cloud system. So I have to choose the our target system is Cloud Foundry. Once you select this, it will ask the dev space. Then we have to click finish button. And if you see here, it is an application type root. Which one you want? I'm choosing the managed app root. Why? Because if I choose this, I can deploy this application in different servers also. So here itself I can deploy the application Fury Launchpad. If you want to choose standard alone, you can choose it. Once I select that, it will create a new project. So it will take time. What I'm here doing is instead of open that folder, I'm adding this to the project workspace itself. Or else if you want to open this as a new folder, we can select this. Once you select this, it will open a new window for that water projects you are created. So this is my GitHub project. Here first what I will do is first I will create some button within the project, then I will run the application. So I selected the view and open with layout editor. Once I click on the layout editor, it will load the UI controls as a layout structure. So here you can see the controls, and in right side header part you can see the applications in different devices, all that things. So first simply what I will do is simply I will take one layout as a simple form. So here I will change some title of the form, git form. The label name, label 2, I will take it as an surname. Okay. Then once I so all the things changed and saved automatically. Now what I will do is I will run this application. How to run the application means right click, preview the app. Here we have to choose start no FLP. Once you click on this, within the terminal also you can see what things are happening. So here you can see the commands, everything in the terminal panel, and we can see the execution part. Then within the new tab, the application is loaded. So this is the application now. Now what I will do is if you want to deploy this application in the cloud, we can deploy. How to deploy the application means in last time I showed you by using commands how to create the empty or HUR file. In today's video, I will show you without commands. For that, what we have to do is right click the mta.yml file. Here we have an option called build mta project. Once you select this, it will execute the builds and the MTA structure. Then if you can see here, it will load the disk file and mta.hur file. So by using this way also we can create the mta.hur file. Then we have to right click and deploy directly to the cloud system. Once you click on deploy, this is the first time if you deploy means it will ask the credentials. So here we have to give our username and password of your system. If your credentials is correct, then it will ask you the dev space of your applications. So now I signed in. If you can see here, then you have to choose the cloud space. I choose dev space, apply. Now it's applied. Now what we have to do is right click and deploy the file. Here you can see all the deploying structure. If everything is done, it will show the details of the project here. So it's deploying now. Once you deploy this application in your cloud foundry, what we have to do is go back to our HTML5 repository application and check the application. So the application is deployed to the cloud foundry. You can see it's completed. Now we'll see that and test the application in the cloud. Then we'll configure it in GitHub. So here it will load the applications, whatever we have in the workspace. My application is Git app. So here actually I created two types of trials. That's why it is asking me. For you, it won't ask. Now what? Now you can see application here. Git form name and surname, everything. Now I will show you how to configure this application to our Git repository. So before going to configure, what we have to do is we have to create one new application in the GitHub. Then we will deploy this in our Git system. So if you already registered with the GitHub, create one new repository. If it's not registered, register it for free and you can try it. Now I'll show you how to create a repository. Here the repository name. So where you want to deploy. So what I will do is my repository name I will use same git underscore app. So already someone used this. So what I will do is underscore one description git app git application. Then we have to choose public, and here if you see in your web IDs we will use an added readme file, but in business application studio this thing is not required. Why? Because this file will generate automatically. See, if you see my business application studio, already the readme file is there. So I'm not adding one more readme file, just I will create the repository. So this is the URL we have to use to deploy the applications. And if you see here down itself, you can see what type of commands we can use to deploy the application in our repositories. Okay. Now what we have to do is go to our source control. In left side, you can see this. Once you select this, here we have an option called Initialize repository. Once you click on this, it will show you whatever things is there. It will show all the views and controls, everything here. So here you can see all your app manifest file complete details, all are here itself. So this is the project what we created now. So these are the changes we want to deploy to our Git repository. So for that, first, here there some options will be there. First, I will tell you what's the uses of that options. So if you click on admins, before going to push this application to our Git, first we have to stage all. Then if you do commit and push, then the application will deploy uh, to move to our GitHub. Okay, so it is just like an web id pattern. In web id also we have an option in checkbox stage all. Then we have to give to the commit name whatever you want to give, whether it's an initial commit or is there particular changes related, that all things we have to give. Okay, now what I'm doing is I'm staging it the all changes. That means this is the first time I'm moving the complete project to my Git. Once you click on the stage all, if you can see here, the pattern changed to the staged changes. In case if you want to move only one file, means you can select that only one. Here it will come just like on stage. For you it will come as in stage. Then we have to give the commit name, initial commit, then commit it. So if you see here, once you click on the commit, the default is a main here. If I go to our Git repository, if you see here, the default is an master. It is master. So what I will do is first I will publish this branch. If you see here, I'm getting an error message. Your repository has no remote configuration to publish. That means where to move this application to our Git, we have to give the remote configuration. For that, Either we can go to right click and click on add remote. This one also you can use. Or else if you don't want to go here directly by using commands, if you want to remote the configuration also, we can do that. How to do that means by using commands, go to the terminal, new terminal. Here we have to give the command git remote add. Then the URL name we have to give. Then it will ask the username and credentials. Now what I will do is first I'll try to use a simple method, add remote. See, it will ask the URL. Just I will copy this URL. This is the different app. So Git app 1. This is my project. I will copy this and remote add. See, add remote. Then it is asking my remote name. Remote name is nothing but your GitHub name. I'm sorry, the URL is something different. I will add it here. Sorry, remote name is nothing but something we have to give. What I will give is Git application one, first application, right? I will give name like this. Once I give like this, it will take the consider it as a remote name. If you have some doubt, how can I see all these things, the remote name and everything? For that, what we can do is here in left side panel, we have an option called additional view. Here within the Git lens, you can see the complete information on the repository. See, when I expand my remote, whatever I created now, that is this one. Okay. Then already I used my username and emails. That way it is not asking. It is if it is first time for you, it will ask the username and the passwords. So I told you right. Git remote add origin. This is the URL name. Once you enter this, it will allow you to push our changes to the main, right? So here you can see the branch name. This is the main. So what we have to do is git push UI origin from origin main to our repository. So it's created and it is merged to our Git application. Now what we will do is we will go here and we'll refresh this. See my friends, now you can see within the Git app underscore one, within the main, you can see all these things. So these are the files and you can see here the readme file and the project details, project platform, version, service now, complete details of the application you can see here. Okay. So even you can see the commit name and everything. Even I show you the web in the web app what things are there. I define my form, right? So yes, here you can see the complete details. Like this way, we have to push our application from BAS to Git. Okay. Now guys, now you understood how to push the data. Now, what I will show you is I'll create a new branch in my Git repository, then I will use that. Here we have an option. I will go back to my Git repository file. Here, this is one of the branch, main branch. Here you can see that. Now I'll create a new branch. So what I will do is I will create new branch called future branch, and this is the source. That means from the source it will create a new branch. Create a new branch. So now you can see your new branch. Within the new branch also, whatever data is there in main branch, that data will be here. Now what I will do is I will edit this readme file. Then I will pull this data to my BAS. So here slash created feature branch to pull BAS. So these are the changes. Now I commit the changes. Once I commit the changes, it is asking me the commit message just like in BAS. So same message I maintain now. Commit the changes. So guys, here this is the text I maintained. Now what I will do is I will pull this data to my BAS application. So for that, what we have to do is before going to pull, I will show you the existing readme file. If you see here, it's not there. Now we have to pull that. For that, go to the source. Once you click on that, in WebID we have to pull the data means we have to fetch it, then pull. Same way, first we have to fetch the data. Once you fetch the data, it is asking me from which region you want to fetch. So this is fetch. Then what I will do is I have to pull the data. So for that, if you pull means I have you have multiple repositories, right? From which remote file you want to pull means for that we have to go to pull, push, pull from option will be there. If you select pull from option means it will ask from where you want to pull. Before going, once you click on this, it will show you the from which feature you want to pull. So I made changes in feature brand, so I'm selecting this. Now you can see one change is there, and you can see the changes impacted to our readme file. This is the text I changed. Created feature branch to pull the bias. Now what I will do is I will go to my readme file. Here I will add some more changes. First, BAS push request. So these are the changes I made. Now I want to push this data to my Git repository. If I do changes here, if you can see here that changes affected here, whatever changes I made in that particular files, everything, it will comes under our source control. Here if you add it means we have to stage that. Once we have to stage that, we have to give the commit name. The commit name is first readme file commit, something like this. Then commit, what I will do is now I want to push this to right. So push to, it will ask which branch you want to push. So two has to sync. Yes, now if I refresh here, you can see that push changes will also affected here. So like this way friends, we have to push our feature branch data, everything. Okay, when I go to the main branch, I can see the all. If you want to push the data to main branch, I pushed this to main branch. That's why it comes to our main branch. If you want to push this to a future branch, we can use this. Okay, now you have some, I think you all will get some doubts how to see which branch we are in. For that, what we can do is we can go to the terminal. We have to be on the project git show. If you use git show means it will show you the commit details, which branch we are in, that details, everything it will show here. If you want to see the logs of all the commit means we have to use git log. If I click on git log means whatever changes history, everything you can see here. So like this way we can push the data and pull the data, and we can fetch the data, and also you can merge. Same way we can merge the changes. If you have any conflicts, if you want to rebase all that options, we can see here. In case if you want to clone the application from git means that can also, here we can clone directly. Or else if you want to use some commands, git clone means after that we have to use url, then the application will clone from git repository to our business application studio. So if you found this video helpful, please give a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more videos like this. If you have any questions and suggestions for further videos, leave them in the comment below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.